What's up, guys? We're back filming a podcast. Excited to see you guys.
On
Let's
today's
go.
show, we'll be covering early America in the Vietnam War.
We'll be accepting calls with whatever questions you guys have.
Oh, wait. We have our first caller coming from Plymouth, Massachusetts. How are we doing today?
Hey, how's it going? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Just fine.
Hey, I'm standing next to Plymouth Rock right now. Can you tell me who's on board this ship and why they sail here?
Oh, yeah. Early settlers like William Bradford, his wife Anne Bradford, and many other pilgrims were trying to escape the British.
Oh, William Bradford, man. He was a real leader. He shaped the government and Plymouth and was the governor of America's earliest settlers. I remember learning about this in 11th grade English class back in 2008. We had to read it because I was taught about how America was originated and started settlement. 30 minutes from where we were filming this podcast.
Why were they trying to escape? I thought the British were chill.
The British were chill. Oh no, the British were far from chill. Sorry, the people who sailed the Mayflower sought religious freedom and a fresh start.
Wasn't John Smith the captain of the ship? My great-grandfather was telling me all about him.
Brady.
Your great-grandfather must not know anything about him because he was the captain of many voyages and wrote many books on his adventures, but not the Mayflower. In 1607, after landing in Chesapeake Bay, which is currently Jamestown, he was seen as a king by Native Americans.
That's a shame. Thanks, boss. Maybe my grandfather isn't smarter than I thought he was after all. Well, anyway, thanks for your time. Have a good one.
Yeah,
All
you
right, see
too,
you
buddy.
later.
Thanks for calling in.
Have a good night.
Yeah,
Bye.
you too. Oh, looks like we have another call coming in from Salem, Massachusetts.
Oh, hey, you guys, I'm a new resident of Salem, and I heard it has a creepy history. Could you tell me what I need to know?
You know all about this.
Well, the Salem witch trials happened in Salem. This was a very scary time for anyone because you could get blamed for being a witch for something little, such as dancing.
You're kidding me, right?
Yeah, some deep stuff shaped the history of Massachusetts. I recommend you to go to your local library and check out The Crucible by Arthur Miller. It's a very good play. Arthur Miller taught us a lot about McCarthyism and the witch trials as well. After I read it, I understood so much more why the girls acted the way they did.
Why is that?
Well, all of the Salem was Puritans, and Puritans have a very strict ethic and rules for their community. They can't have any fun, which kind of sucks. So these girls were dancing in the woods, and they were called witches because dancing wasn't very popular, and you didn't follow their norms. And then you would get called a witch.
That is absurd. I regret moving here. A witch could have been living in my house a while back.
Yeah, I know.
I know, but Puritans had way different beliefs. They were conformist, and their society ran like a cycle. You were born, and as soon as you could start working, you would work. If you were a guy and if you were a girl, you would be at the house taking care of the kids, making other food, and make sure your family's healthy. Conformity at its finest.
Adding to that, everyone had to believe in the same religion. The Puritans were extremely strict about their religion.
It seems like the Puritans almost caused this whole witch trial to happen, and they did not even know because they were too focused on religion.
Yeah, you're certainly right. But I think we're going to have to wrap it up here. Thank you so much for your time.
Imagine not knowing what the Salem witch trials and living in Salem.
Oh, give him a break. He just moved here.
All right, bye, pal. You really got to be nice to these people, man. They're only here to learn more about the American history. Oh, looks like we got another caller coming in today.
What have you called in to learn about today?
Well, man, my uncle was obsessed with this guy named Henry David Thoreau. Can you tell me more about him?
Oh, man, where do I start? HDT, a.k.a. Henry David Thoreau. He was a transcendentalist, which means he enjoyed the simplicity of life. He wanted to connect with nature, kind of like a hippie. Transcendentalism was an important part of America because the Transcendentalists led the celebration of the American experience as one of individualism and self-reliance. They took progressive stands on women's rights, abolition, reform, and education.
Right, but I want to know more about Thoreau.
Sorry, he tends to go off track. I'll tell you more about him. HTT was a huge fan of Ralph Waldo Emerson, who was the originator of Transcendentalism. He lived with him and followed his beliefs. Later, HDD went on to live on his own. And he would write tremendous books. HDT wrote Civil Disobedience, where he writes about the peaceful protesting the government, as this was a huge time for reform. HDT and his literature were very important during this time.
Great to hear. That's all I need to know. Thank you.
I'm glad you guys
All
handled
right.
that one. I don't
See
know
you
much
guys.
about that
See
guy.
you, sir. Thanks for calling in.
Thanks for handling that. I really don't know much about that guy.
It's crazy, but he was huge in America's early reform movements, and his impact still has effects on American society.
Oh, looks like we got our fourth caller of the day. Looks like we got another caller.
Yo. I don't really get this podcast stuff, but you could tell me some stuff, man.
What do you want to hear about, Edgar Allan Poe or Louisa May Alcott?
Poe sounds cool. I like that name.
Oh, okay, man. So Poe is an American writer who wrote scary but significant American literature. His famous works include Annabel Lee, A Dream Without a Dream, and Alone. These all share a strange and uncanny vibe, which is what all of his works included. He would express things that other writers would not, and this separated him from others and molded him as the pioneer of this specific writing style. His creepy writing can be attributed to his upbringing. Brady, talk more about that.
The way Poe wrote alludes to the way he was brought up. Poe was born in the early 1800s to two parents who died before he turned 3 years old. He spent the rest of his childhood in a foster home in Richmond, Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool, homie.
Are you satisfied, my guy?
Very satisfied, man.
All right, nice talking to you.
Have a good one.
Have a good one, pal.
Okay.
Jeez Louise,
Wow.
that guy was something,
That
man.
guy was definitely something.
No kidding, huh?
Wow.
Oh, caller 5 is coming in right now.
All right, let's talk.
Greetings, gentlemen. I'm here to tell you guys I know more about Frederick Douglass than you guys do.
Oh, boy.
Sure you do. I'll quiz you on him.
Go right ahead.
What was the name of his book?
Not sure.
The Narrative Life of Frederick Douglass. I thought you knew more than me, bud.
I'm sure he can't even tell us what it's about.
Obviously his life, duh.
It's more than just his life. It talks about the tortures he and the other slaves went through during slavery and how he worked his way into freedom. And in addition, taught other slaves how to write and educated them, eventually becoming one of the most renowned abolitionist leaders.
Whatever, bro. I still know more.
What?
And with that, folks, that is all the time we have today. We will see you next time.
Peace!